One thing I can tell you for sure is that you are not going to enjoy jump rope fitness if you don't set yourself up to win. Jumping rope can be very frustrating, and it can be even more frustrating if you are not properly using the right rope, getting the right size, turning the rope right, and as far as your arms and your positioning and everything. So I want to make sure we get that part right. So let's get started off on the right foot, and let's measure our rope. Okay, so here I have a rope that is the perfect size for me, and let me show you how to measure the rope. Step right in the middle of the rope, and then you pull the handles, and they should come right under your armpit. Okay, that's where they should stop, right under your armpit. That's the perfect size rope for somebody who is a beginner jump roper. It's also very important that you have a rope that is a PVC cord, right? Your PVC cord, and it has enough heft to go around. You want to feel a little bit of feedback when the rope is going around, especially as a beginner, because you want to get the timing right. So when I say a revolution, that's one time around with you jumping over the rope. All right, so one revolution is one time around. That is a revolution, okay? So in order to get a good cadence, you have to make sure your timing is right so that you're jumping every time the rope is right in front of you. All right, and a good way to practice is just jumping one time, over and over. If you're not a good jump roper, that's how you're gonna start. Jump one time, all right? Step over it, do it again, okay? Now I wanna talk about the hand positioning too, because if you have your arms way out here, it's not gonna work. Your arms are going to be flailing all over the place, and your rope jumping is going to look like that. That's not what you want. You want to be able to jump for a long period of time so that you can burn the most amount of calories. So jumping rope is a great fat burner. So you want to take your rope and you want to hold it. Your handles, your thumb is going to be right here, all right? That's how you hold the rope. And then you're going to have it right out in front of you to the side. All right, so it's kind of sticking out a little bit in the front. And that's how you want to hold it, and you want to turn the rope with your wrist, not your arm. So you're not turning it like this, you're turning it more like this. The wrist is your motor, so it's going to look like this when you're jumping rope. Okay, that's where you want to get. So once you get that down, and you don't have to jump as fast as I was jumping, but once you get that down, it will be much easier for you to get your rhythm, whatever your rhythm is. So I usually jump on average, if I'm jumping for 30 minutes, about 140 beats per minute as far as a song goes. So that's how, if you want to know what my regular normal cadence is, that's about it. You could go down to as low as 125, 130 beats per minute for a song if you want to try to see if that's a cadence that works for you. You may get a little winded at 140, but that's okay. If you want to practice there, that's fine. Just stop when you get tired. So most of the songs that we do in a lot of our jump rope videos, we do 140 beats per minute. And that is so that you have something to work up to. When you jump, you make sure that you are landing on the balls of your feet. You should never land on a flat foot. Always land right on the ball of your feet. It almost looks like I'm jumping on my toes. Also, make sure your knees are slightly bent. Posture, you want your back in a good posture. You want it pretty straight, right? So we're doing all of these things to prevent injury. Now, I'm out here and I'm jumping on the concrete. That's not ideal for a new beginner jump roper because of your landing. You should never be jumping higher than 1 to 2 inches off the ground, preferably 1 inch. So your rope is just clearing the bottom of your feet. That's all you need to do. You don't need to get a lot of height. So if you're jumping 1 to 2 inches off the ground, it's also going to help you build your endurance because you won't be expending so much energy getting off the ground. Also, when it comes to your arms, you're not spending so much energy getting the rope around because you're using your wrist as your motor and it's right here. So 1 to 2 inches off the ground is all I want you guys to focus on so that when you're landing, your foot is not pounding on the ground. And then you start to get knee injury, shin splints, muscle fatigue. You don't want that to happen. I used to use, and sometimes I still do, is those Dr. Scholl inserts. They are the sports ones. And what you do is you take the insert out of your shoe. You use cross trainers to jump rope. I usually use a cross trainer. You take that insert out that came with the shoe and you replace it with the Dr. Scholl's inserts. And what that does is it helps with shock absorption, it helps with muscle fatigue, it helps to support your lower joints, including your lower back, right? So all of these things we need to put into practice because we want to get better at jump rope and we don't want to have high risk of injury. And I think a lot of people don't like jump rope because they don't start off on the right foot. They don't start off getting the right size of a rope. They don't start off with the right shoes. Like I said, cross trainers. They don't start off understanding how to land on the ground. I would suggest that you get a mat or don't jump rope on the concrete. Jump rope in your home if that's possible. Even a wooden floor is better than concrete because your wooden floor has a little bit of spring to it. You can also jump rope at the park. There's a great park in my neighborhood that has the cushion ground for the kids. And a lot of times there are no kids there, so I can go to the park and I can jump rope there. The other thing that I want to recommend is using a mirror or record yourself jumping rope, and then you can see the areas in which you need to improve. You critique yourself, and the way that you critique yourself is making sure that you're following all of the suggestions that I'm giving, the tips in order to help you be successful, and that you are also looking at yourself and looking at your form and looking at your technique to make sure that you're getting the best jump rope experience. You can get a mat on Amazon. You can also get a mat at any sporting goods store. There are a lot of different mats that you can purchase. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can get a mat for, $20. Same with the jump rope. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a jump rope. You can get a decent jump rope for $30, even a cheaper jump rope, but I would suggest getting one that's pretty good quality. As far as the PVC, make sure it's a PVC rope. Make sure you have bearings that turn, right, so your rope is going around clean and quickly. All right, that's how you get started on the right foot. And we're going to keep working through this. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always here for you. And I'm really excited for you because I really think that this is going to be something that you are really proud of yourself for getting into and sticking with. It's okay if you suck at the beginning. It's okay. So you will have some marks, call them your battle wounds or whatever, but you got to keep going because that's what we do here. We don't give up. We keep going. The reason why I was able to be successful with weight loss, the reason why I was able to be successful with fitness and really showing up for myself is because I didn't care about the wounds and the rope beating my tail. I didn't care about that stuff. And I want you to get that mindset. There's a mindset that comes with physical fitness, especially when it comes to learning a new skill. And the mindset has to be one of grit, right? You have to have grit. You have to be able to understand that you're not going to be excellent at it when you first start. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with looking silly, looking crazy. You have to be okay with that. All right, so I want you guys to get this mindset of a warrior, a mindset of a winner. You're going to win. You're going to get this. You're going to master the jump rope. You're going to continue to get to different levels. And you're going to have fun. All right, so stick with it, you guys. Thanks for